Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 36 of our World Tour, winding down our time at Persiba. If you weren't here last episode, we are taking a job in China at the end of this season, but we still have this season to go, and as you can see, since last episode, it's gone pretty well. 3 games, 3 wins since we could beat Persija in the league. First up, we went and played Persib in the league. Now, Persib they're a good team. They're right up the top there with us. This was a really, really good performance. It was actually us back to our best, I think. It was an important game. It was first versus second. You can see Wei-An, Nugroho with a goal, as well with Lee Sun-min. And look at these match ratings. You can see we played well. We dominated the game. They did not get a shot on target. That's how well we played. So it was like an intent. It's like sort of a statement game in a way. Then we played our rivals, of course, Mitra Kuka. Now this was... They had absolutely no interest in attacking this game. You can see here they only had 2 shots on goal, none on target. They just sat back, packed their defense. You'll notice the team here. What I'm doing is we have a decent lead in the table right now. We'll get to that in just a second. So I'm really focusing on playing our strongest team in the cup right now, because if we drop a point or 2 in the league, it's not really going to affect us too badly. So we played as sort of a weakened team as well. So it was a really good result to get, given that they had no interest in scoring. Ahmed got the goal from a free kick from Septian, I think it was. Yeah, he got the assist. So it was a good goal to get, and even then they didn't come out. So it was the most comfortable 1-0 win you'll ever see. Then we played Persib again in the Indonesian Cup. You can see this one was 2-1. Wonderful start. Redian scoring in the first minute there. And again, it was a really tight game. Now, they scored their goal from pretty much their only chance of the game. You can see, again, they really didn't create that much. Kayo got the second goal for us. We were 2-0 up, and so they got one back for an away goal. So it leaves the second leg evenly poised. But we're playing well, so I'm hoping we can go to their place, get a goal to cancel out their away goal, and then see what they can do from there. So this episode, we've got Persija in the league. They are 9th, and then we have the second leg against Persib. Like I say, they are a very good team, and that is finally poised indeed. Let's have a look at the league table, just to get an idea of where we are. You can see, worst case scenario in this game, if we lose, if Persib win their game, which isn't against us, obviously, I think we have a 5-point gap with 10 games to go. So we've got ourselves a nice little buffer there right now, which is why I'm more focused right now putting our strongest team in the Indonesian Cup, because I really want to try and leave with the double if we can. Yeah, just consistency seems to be king right now in the league, because teams are dropping points to each other. So yeah, just really trying to make sure that we're getting through the cup as well. I just see that we've got a bit of a knock there in midfield, so we'll just make a change on the bench there. But this is the team we're sending out. It's Setijaya in goal. It's Rendika, Ahmed, Rukamana, and Sajali as a back 4. Olenga, Ismail, and Septian in midfield. Tonando back in the team. He's doing a little bit better in the league, to be honest, since we've been playing a little bit more with Safali out wide. Ronaldo Wenma is starting up top. We have Boaz on the bench once again if we need reinforcements. And once again, there'll be a Goals of the Month at the end of this episode after the Persib game, so make sure you stick around for that. And I should say too, if you are just discovering the channel and you do enjoy what you watch, please do consider subscribing. A lot of people subscribing right now, and I'm so grateful. Thank you and welcome to everybody who has subscribed. Yeah, but if you are enjoying what you see, hit a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Let's have a look here. They're in good spirits. Go out with a clear mind. What do we say here? Go out relaxed. We're at home. Go out there to the favourites, give the defensive performance. That might put a bit of pressure on them. We've been on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me. We'll just go with that. Some calm, we have faith. And let's get on out there. Now, tactically, the way we're doing this, we're pushing high up the pitch. I have a data analyst now, as I said, which is good, so we can kind of see how they've been playing. A lot of their key passes sort of come... sort of just this sort of area of the pitch, sort of halfway up their half. So we're going to try and press them high up the pitch and try and prevent them from getting into that position. The risk of that, of course, is that they can potentially go in behind us a little bit. But that's the risk you run. There's no such thing as the perfect tactic, is there? Now, one thing we need to discuss, and we were doing a little bit in the comments with Wen Li Hom, is who do we take with us to China? I think he essentially was agreeing. I think it's he, I'm assuming. It's a corner in. It's a decent ball. It's just wide from Tonando. I think Wei-An, the young wonder kid striker, the golden boy as he called him, I think he's got to come with us because he's so potentially good. And he's young too. We could take him with us to all our clubs. So I do think I want to take him. Is there anybody else we want to take with us? Assuming we can get them out of the club, of course. Oh, that's poor defending from the set piece. Unbelievable. The thing is, I don't want to completely raid Persiba because I want to leave them with a relatively strong team. So, for instance, I don't want to go and take Septien and Redien out and, or Lee Sun Min. I think we can only have so many foreign players anyway. But I don't want to take them all out and then sort of leave Persiba with nothing. So I'm kind of a little bit conscious of that as well. But yeah, I definitely think Wei Yan is one that we want to take with us. Let me know what you think in the comments, of course. Let's see if we can get this goal back here. Decent ball out for Sajali in a lot of space. Can he get across? And he's taken too much time. Too much time, mate. Olanga gets the ball into Ishmael! Oh, he's missed it. Oh, Ishmael's actually quite good as well. I think I've shown you his stats. We'll just have a look up there. I mean, look at that. He's only, 20? And he's improving all the time. So many 9s as well there. If they start going to 10s, and he looks sort of visually an even better player with all the double figures. So yeah, I'm tempted to try and get him as well, but I think we'll leave. I think, like I said, I want to leave players for Persiba. I want them. I want to be playing them in the Champions League final. That's sort of my dream. Then we know we've done well here as well. Now I'm not sure how we're not winning this game, if I'm honest. So we're going to get aggressive. We're going to try getting aggressive, show a bit of desire. We'll tell Olanga he's doing fine. There's a lot more to come from him. We have a nervous-looking Ronaldo again. I don't understand what this guy's problem is. He's a really good player. He just doesn't seem to be able to deal with pressure at all. I think what I might look to do in tactics here, we've been hitting early crosses. I think we've been playing this one a little bit better when we've worked the ball into the box. Yeah, I feel like we maybe create better chances when we do that. It's really a frustrating game, this one, because they've had one set piece. That's the only chance they've had, and they've put it in the back of the net. So it's one of these where it's really, really frustrating. Wenmar's looking nervous again. I think it's going to be one for Boaz, isn't it? So we might look to bring him on. Here's what can Tonando do. It's a decent ball in there for Wenmar, beaten in the air, though. Out for Ishmael to Septien. I do like having Septien in this team as sort of a leader. There's a decent effort from Ishmael, but it was always looked a bit high, didn't it? Yeah, I do like having Septien in this team to kind of as like the leader. We have two other good options, of course, in Redien and Lee Sun-min in the league team, I guess, or even this is the league, so the first choice team. I sort of pulled Septien aside and said, "Mate, you are taking us all the way to this Indonesian Cup final." I was like, "Yes, boss." Let's demand more here. Boaz is looking anxious as well. What is it with our strikers? They're just not able to look relaxed out there right now. Alright, Olanga Septien. This is looking promising. Decent ball to the back post. It's a bit of a mistake. Tonando! Oh, he's back on form! Frankie Tonando! That's what we've been missing from him all season long. He was so good, wasn't he, in front of goal for us last season, and every season so far we've been at the club. He's been really, really a good source of goals. That's his first of the season. That is how poor he has been this year. He just has not looked himself. But that was a bit of a mess up in defence. Tonando takes a touch onto his left foot of all things as well, and whacks that in the back of the net. That's better. That's much, much better. All right, come on, boys. Let's show some passion here. Let's push forward. Let's get this second goal. Got Sajali looking a little bit nervous there at the back as well. Oh no! Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Oh, clear it. We might have to work on defending set pieces, I think. I don't know that makes that much difference from the sort of direct free kick like that. But I'm thinking it must make it, positioning of the walls, things like that. It must make some sort of a difference. We're going to have to work on defending corners too. Oh, we've worked two set pieces. We've worked so hard to get back into that game. And we've thrown it all away again from a set piece. So we know what we're doing in training. That's for sure. Let's demand more here. It's just poor defending. Who is that? Just late to the ball, Boaz. I mean, Boaz is not a defender. He's just back there because he's a striker and he can position himself well. Alright, let's have a look here on the bench. What do we want to do? Ishmael's not having his best game. We might look to bring Redien on to try and see if he can save this for us. Actually, you know what we might do, actually? Is we might try and push him forward. We need a goal now, so we'll push him forward, playing up there, attacking. I mean, everybody else, no one's playing particularly well. No one's playing particularly badly, though. I'm tempted to take Safali off, but I'm also conscious of, like I said, we can afford, we don't want to ever, but we can afford to drop points in the league. Here we go, Ishmael over a corner. Can we get one on our defenders on the end of this? It doesn't look like we can. Septien. Oh! We've seen him score so many goals from the edge of the area like that. Let's go attacking. Another corner. We're putting pressure on him now. I can't see what's happening. It's headed away. Can we win that back in from Septien? Tornado. Back in for Stefale! I was going to take him off. We left him on. And the other winger now has scored his first goal of the season. And there we go. Now we need to make sure that we're concentrating now. We don't want to throw this away. We're going to keep pushing for the win. Because they have not threatened us in general play whatsoever. Good win from Septien, that in the edge area, wasn't it? Good header down from Tornado. Goal and assist from Tornado. He's back in form. And not before time, might I add. Come on, boys. Oh, here we go. Let's go and win this now. Septien knocks it in. It's in there for Safali. Back post. Oh, we've done it. We've come from behind twice. And in the 91st minute, we've gone and won the game. Well, we haven't won it yet, but we've taken the lead. Okay, let's go and shut this game down before we get too much further, before I get too excited and continue celebrating, because I always do that, and then I always forget to do this, and it's too late. We want to regroup, we want to slow down the pace, we want to be more compact. We might just drop off a touch as well. Not too much, just a smidge. And there we go. All right, that was that's Olanga's first goal of the year. We've had 3 goal scorers, and they've all scored their first goals of the year. That is wonderful, wonderful stuff. Back post. Olanga, good finish on the volley. That was nice. Not bad from a defensive midfielder, I must say. All right, let's give him out to concentrate here. Let's just bring this home now, boys. Bring it home. This is it. 96 minute time is injury. 6 minutes of injury time seems excessive, but this could be a massive 3 points, couldn't it? We've come 1-0 down, 2-1 down, and we've only got and won at 3-2. Decent ball from Septien, but no one really else saw it coming. We should be able to get to that, shouldn't we? Oh, well done, Rukamana. Just clear it, Ahmed. Just clear it, mate. Just clear it. There we go. That's what we like to see. Up to Boaz. Boaz can't win it. Ref, we're 30 seconds over, mate. Let's just blow this up, please. There it is. That was a good game, wasn't it? Really, really happy. We're still going to be working on defending set pieces and corners during the week. Don't get me wrong. But that was really, really good. Really, really, really good. So there's a 3-2 win. Look at that. We are now, what's that? 9 points clear. That's so good. That didn't look like it was going to happen when they went 2-1 up, did it? Septien shines. Septien is just the legend of the club, isn't he? Wait, there you go, guys. We'll be back for Persib in the Cup, holding a 1-goal lead, of course, coming into the second leg. Okay, welcome back. We have the second leg coming up here against Persib. We hold a 2-1 lead going into this game, of course, but that away goal, could that come back and haunt us? We really want to get a goal ourselves here, don't we, at their home ground. This is the team we're sending out. It's what I consider our strongest team, more or less. What's his name? Setajair in goal. Yagalo, Medina, Chavez, and Adsid across the back. Moses ready in. Septien comes in because we see down here Lee Sun-min is injured, essentially. Not quite fully fit. Probably could have played, but he's tired to start with, so we're gonna play Septien, just as good, if not better. Cayo and Ortiz provide the width for Wayan up top. And here we go. They are playing a 4-4-2. For what that's worth, I said there with a clear mind. We need to. What do we need to do? We just want to don't allow complacency. I think that's what we want to say. Some calm. Again, we have faith. They look focused. They look motivated. So let's get out there and see what we can do. We're going to play this the same way we did last time. We're going to push them high up the field. We're going to press them with a high line and just see what we can do. I hate sort of these 2-1 leads with away goals because if they score 1, we're screwed. We're out. So I don't want to sit back and protect the lead because you're just setting yourself up for a 91st minute mistake then, aren't you? Wayan! Oh, I tell you what an effort. Still there for Medina. Can he do something here? He's been tackled. He's lost the ball. No, he can't. What an effort from Wayan. So yeah, that's why I don't want to sort of just sit back and try and defend it because you're just a mistake away. And let's face it, when you're sort of playing not at the elite level in sort of Europe or South America, that mistake is likely to come. It just is. So we want to try and pressure them into making a mistake rather than sort of sit back and just wait for it to come to us. That's not an insult on the league. It's just, that's just how it is. You know, players aren't as good and they're more likely to make a mistake. Here we go. Here's a chance here for Septien. Can he look at the space? Look at the space to run into. Can he pick a pass now? Can he shoot himself? It's a wonderful ball for Ortiz. Ortiz! Oh, it's there for Caio! Oh, there it is! There it is. Gaston Caio. He is at the sixth goal of the year. I don't think he has 6 for us. But he is really, really proving to be a good player out on that right wing for us. He's everything that Tornando was, sort of, the last 3 seasons. He's really picking up. That's a cracking ball from Septien, isn't it? Decent effort from Ortiz, and the keeper's a little bit unlucky. There was nothing that he could do really. Maybe try and tip it over the bar, but it wasn't really high enough to do that. He probably would have just got himself in a bit of trouble if he tried that. Here's another set piece. Septien. It's there. It's Chavez. It's down there for Redian. Oh, how is Redian always scores? How has he not scored? I just wanted to say too, I did mention it yesterday, this will be the last episode for a little while. My family's coming to visit from Australia, so I can't really do videos while they're here. But I will be back, and I hope you will come back to join me. January 7th, we'll be back fully fit, firing. We're going to finish off our time with Persiba, as I said, hopefully with 2 trophies, a League and Cup double. And there's that mistake I was talking about. Wayan's through on goal here. Come on, Wayan. Go on, Wayan. Go on, son. Yay! The crowd holds its breath, waiting for the net to bulge, and Wayan delivered. Well, that's 2 away goals now. That should do it. They now need to score, they need to get to 5 to beat us. So, party time, we can get the tricks out. And this is what I was talking about, a mistake. It's just bound to happen. It happens. It's just, I'm not playing at this level, obviously, but, when I play, I make mistakes because I'm rubbish. These guys are good, don't get me wrong, they're very good players, but they make me look like a clown. But they're just likely to make mistakes. Yeah, but this looks good now. Yeah, so anyway, January 7th we'll be back. We'll finish off our time at Persiba, as I said, hopefully with a League and Cup double, and then we'll toddle off to China. And I think we're going to try and take Wei Yan with us, because if we look at his stats here, we're coming into half-time, it may not let me do it for too long. There's a good player in there. You kind of got a glimpse at it. 16 finishing is up there with... I can't do it from this screen. He's up there with anything in the world, really. I mean, some of the best strikers have 16 finishing in this game. So what do we want to say here? Do we say we're happy? Don't let your performance levels drop. We can be happy at full time. I think that's probably the way to go. We'll just tell a few people here that we're not particularly happy with them. Well, that worked. Don't like complacency either. What I'm thinking, we do have Bhakti on the bench because we couldn't really play Lee Sun-min, and Septien kind of came into the starting lineup. So I might look to give him a game, and I might even look to rest Septien here, just because he did play in the league game. Yeah, I think I might look to do that, because I want, if we don't have Redian and Lee Sun-min, I want to make sure we have Septien in the other team, because he is, he's just amazing, isn't he? He's the Indonesian Xavi after all. Okay, let's make this sub. Bhakti needs some match time in any case, so we'll take him off. Happy days there. Another set piece. Can Septien leave us with an assist? Decent ball in, back post. Medina! Oh, I thought that was in as well. Yeah, looking disinterested. I don't like that. We're going to give it a demand. Oh, we'll praise them. We'll try and praise them. They're doing well. Maybe some praise will snap them back into action. Anyone else we want to bring off the bench here? Let's bring Boaz on, perhaps. Wei Yan has his goal. Let's look to protect him a little bit. In international call-up news, Yagalo's been called up to the Indonesian squad. So that he'll go toddle off there in the next week or so to play Vietnam. If I think of it after this game, we'll have a look at Indonesia's squad and see how they're doing. Because World Cup qualifying is going on, I'm not sure. I haven't checked, to be honest, how Indonesia's been going. So given that we have some players that are sort of in and around that squad, we'll have a look and see how that's going. But yeah, this is pretty much the end. Just maybe time for one more highlight here. If you have enjoyed this episode, as I said at the start, please do hit the thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. And thank you to everybody who has been subscribing. I've really had a boost up in numbers lately, so thank you. I really appreciate that. Can we get this crowning goal of a third. Boaz! Oh, it's gone in. It's gone in for Yagalo. It's a massive, massive mess up from the keeper. I think Boaz has taken him off. So put him off, I should say. Maybe should be an assist there, but the keeper's looked up at Boaz, asked for an autograph, and the ball's just trickled between his legs, essentially. Look at this. What has happened? The keeper, he can only be distracted by Boaz. So that's a good run that Boaz has made there, and the keeper's just made a howling mistake. But there we go, 3-0 on the night, 5-1 on aggregate, and this is a good team, Persib. They are right up there in the league with us, so yeah, we are getting back to our very, very best here, it looks like. Can we get a cheeky fourth? No, we cannot. That would be harsh on them, I think. They weren't that bad. So there we go. To be honest, 2 of those goals were mistakes, weren't they? But we've dominated that game. No one can say we didn't deserve that. And there we go. I think they've actually played quite well there. Well done, boys. And on we go. Alright, so as promised, let's have a look at the Indonesian national team here. Now, it looks like, I mean, certainly recent times here, world ranking has gone on the up and up, which is good to see, isn't it? Let's have a look at the men's senior team here. Now, it looks like they're second in their qualifying group for World Cup. Let's have a look. That's Asian Nations Cup, is it? Okay, I have to tell a lie. So, now top 2 teams qualify, it looks like, and they've got the game against Vietnam here. So that's a massive game, isn't it? Because that could essentially secure them qualification. If we have a look at results here, they did draw Vietnam away from home, which I imagine is a good result because Vietnam aren't the worst. They've drawn North Korea at home, which again I'd say is a good result. And then they've beaten Sri Lanka away. So games to come, home against Vietnam, away to North Korea, that would be tough. But then at home to Sri Lanka. So if they can get any sort of result against Vietnam, but especially if they can win at home, you'd have to fancy them to go on and, I'm assuming, qualify for the tournament. Let's have a look here. Group E qualification, qualify for the Asian Cup. Yeah. So a win against Vietnam, a win against Sri Lanka, and Indonesia's at the Asian Cup. So that would be really, really good to see, wouldn't it? Now, I know there is World Cup qualifying going on here. I'll just see if I can see how they're going in that. Okay, so it looks like, unfortunately, qualifying for the 2022 World Cup, it did end early on in the second round. So second round is not too bad, actually, is it? Second round Group 1. So that's not the worst. I mean, that's when you start to play the big boys, isn't it? So it was South Korea and North Korea, essentially, that got out of that group, it looks like. Indonesia just a little bit short, weren't they, in fourth spot there. But if we do look at the Southeast, whatever this is, they've won that. They've won the SEA Cup. It's the Southeast Asian Championship. I think that's what it stands for. But they did beat Thailand in the final, 1-0 on aggregate over 2 games. So that's good. That's something. They are way in the grow. Look at that, getting the goal in the final. Well done. I didn't even notice that. So yeah, that is the Indonesian national team. If we look at the squad, as I said, it's just Yagalo in the team from us right now. I think Yagalo's got to be a little bit... I think Wayan's got to be a little bit unlucky not to be in that team. But as I said, it's on the up and up. Things are on the upwards trajectory for Indonesia. And I will try and remember to keep coming back and checking on how they're going even after we've left. Because we're going to check back on Persiba as well. And it'll be interesting to see how if any of our players go on to have good international careers. And if so, how they affect the Indonesian national team. So yeah, that's Indonesia for you. So we win the 4th round. Now, we should already know our opponents for the next round. It is Persija. Now, they won it last year, I think. Did they not? Yeah, so we're up against the defending... So it's the last 2 champions. The people that took our crown from us. We're up against them in the quarterfinals. And we will do our very, very best to make sure that we are beating them. Chavez had a good game. We'll come back and praise him later on. So, guys, that's it for this episode. As I said, we'll be back January 7th. Merry Christmas to everybody who's celebrating it. Happy New Year as well. And like I say, I will see you in the new year. And we will be back for the second leg of this quarterfinal, as well as Persija, the team that ran us so hard for that league last year. So that's going to be a cracking episode to come back to, isn't it? And just a few games in between there to play as well. If we do have a quick look at the league table, just because I don't think we did after last. Oh yeah, we did look at it, didn't we? So we're nice 9 points clear there. But like I say, that's it for this episode, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Aussie Villain, and here are our best goals from September. See you in the new year.
Love is what's missing. Love is what's missing.